Now let's learn few tips of written communication. Well, keeping the language very simple is very much important. While writing a fax or an email, while sending a fax basically or an email, it is very much important to keep the language non-complicated. Use of precise and short sentences can be made to make sure that whatever you're trying to communicate has been put across effectively. Do not try to impress the reader or the recipient just by using heavy words or difficult words. Try to keep the message simple, concise, and understandable. Well, particularly writing an email is very much important that you are sure of what you are going to say. You order your thoughts. This can be explained in the manner of probably encoding the message. Basically, ordering your thoughts in such a way that you record everything, you put across each and every point in a professional manner. We have to consider the reader while writing any sort of letter or any sort of report. We need to imagine how would you feel or how would the reader would be feeling once he receives and once he is reading that particular message. So, any sort of communication that you're trying to make in a written format, it should be made by considering the reader's point of view in mind. Apart from that, reading your report or letter or the memo carefully before sending is very much important to make sure there are no spelling mistakes, there are no grammar errors, and there are no point which is being missed out by you. Headlines and captions are very much important. In case of emails, adding appropriate subject relevant to the message is very much essential. Use of colorful images and visuals. Well, it is not important use the images or the pictures in each and every writing or each and every written communication. But if there is a message which has a certain promotion, for example, if I am sending an invitation of a particular annual function in my organization. In that case, usage of images will make sure that it looks more presentable. So, according to the situation, you can make these changes and you can use all these tools to make your written communication look more presentable. Well, to give you a few examples, there are these sample emails. Well, email writing is an art. Like any of the other communication is considered as an art. Proper subject is important. Greetings are important. You can use hi or dear, Mr. the surname of the person. So if I am writing to Mr. Clyde D'Souza, the first name should not be mentioned. You can directly write Mr. D'Souza, or you can write if the relationship with that particular person is casual or is little on a friendly level, you can probably call that person Dear Clyde. But do not say Dear Mr. Clyde. We have to use the surname of the person whenever we are addressing to somebody by adding Mr. So always make sure that you're using surname. So it should be Mr. D'Souza, Mr. Malhotra, Mr. Joshi. The surname should be used instead of the first name. That's the correct way of speaking or addressing somebody in English. A simple hi would also do if you don't know to whom you're going to send the message. So if you're going to send a job application or you don't know the recipient, then you may simply just say hi. The rest of the format is been mentioned over here. The body of the message should be including the main points that need to be covered. It should be very much precise, as you can say in this particular email. And the sentence also which is used over here, I would like to join Street 2 GLP competition. It is not a very complex sentence. It is a simple sentence which is trying to convey a simple message. Well, let's be realistic and practical. Nowadays, in a professional environment, nobody has all day to read emails. Well, People spend most of the times in reading their emails. So at workplace or in professional life, if you keep the email size concise and to the point, it would be more professional and people would take interest in reading this email. Apart from this, the greeting should be mentioned in the end. Thank you, regards, and your name should be more than enough. End the message. Apart from this, if a particular issue has to be raised or a particular email has to be written to addressing a particular matter, a long email can be written. But while writing this also, the use of correct words is important. We cannot write an official email to somebody as if we are talking to them in person. Conversing to someone in person and using some particular words is a different thing. And while writing a particular email and mentioning few words is a different scenario. So, while writing an email on an official level, which has to be written to address some official issue, one should be always careful in the usage of the language, the punctuation, the construction of the sentence, and the grammar. There should be a beginning, a middle part, and the end of an email. The beginning should basically start with addressing or referring to some sort of conversation, or it should simply talk about the purpose of sending that particular email so that the person does not have to read an entire email to know the reason of the email. The subject would definitely show the purpose, but the opening line is very much important and hence pay careful attention while writing an opening line of an email. The main body of the language covers the actual matter that has to be sent, the actual message that has to be conveyed. This should be written in an articulate manner. Apart from that, ending an email should also appreciation and thanking the reader. Also, there should be some sort of link or closure given to the email so that either the reader or the recipient will get back to you on the same, or you give an indication that your message has been clearly put across. And of course, in the end, you should be putting your signature with the closure of an email. Well, this was all about effective communication skills. Well, they always say, seek to understand and you'll be understood. So please keep in mind all those tips, all those discussion that we had in this particular module. May it be empathizing, listening, non-verbal communication like body language, speaking clearly, loudly, having a confidence in your voice, having confidence in your conversation, watching your body language, making the efforts to start speaking without being scared to make mistake are all the important factors of effective communication skills. Listen and your voice will be heard. As we just discussed, listening has the major importance, so do not forget to listen carefully to others.